West. 'Cause the flag still stands for freedom from sea to shining sea.
We have been evicted for 19 days in the pandemic.
You see the suspect light a firework, then turn and toss it at who police say was a homeless man just sleeping on the sidewalk. The firework explodes and the suspect runs away. Luckily, the victim survived.
It's crazy. I mean, who would do something like that?
Would you kick out a 102-year-old woman?
Would you take care of your child?
Arthur Hilton explained that his daughter is moving in, and despite Smith's long stay here, the property was always meant for family, not a rental.
Well, police are not impressed by one chef's cooking in Fort Lauderdale. 90-year-old Arnold Abbott fed the homeless for more than 20 years. But this week, police ticketed him for breaking a new law.
Johnny Bonner is overwhelmed and feeling so grateful for everyone who has been helping her and her 4-year-old son through this incredibly challenging time after she says she was wrongfully evicted. All of their belongings thrown in the trash.
Teddy bear.
And then what happened to
Dumpster.
We tried our best to do our part, and the landlord didn't want to compromise with us.
Riviera Apartments on Adelia Road in Dallas. Bonner saw the maintenance man.
and tells us that I was going to be arrested. He was going to call the police because I wasn't supposed to be trying to enter my apartment because I was evicted.
Bonner tells us the management made a mistake.
She told us that they meant to evict 1712, but they evicted 1721.
After several phone calls to corporate and the property manager, Bonner tells us she received a phone call from the property manager stating they want to hold a meeting with her in the morning.
She offered me a $200 Visa debit card, but I told her that wouldn't be enough.
Good morning, Sharon. It was at this park that the World War II veteran defied police. They were watching his every move, but he kept his focus on feeding the homeless. On the streets of Fort Lauderdale, 90-year-old Arnold Abbott is a folk hero.
Chef Arnold, God bless you.
Chef Arnold, as he's called, is famous here for feeding the homeless, something he and his organization, Love Thy Neighbor, have been doing for more than 20 years. But on Wednesday night, not everyone was a fan of the chef's good deeds. After the last plate was served,
Anybody still hungry?
police moved in, led him away, fingerprinted, and cited him for setting up a food line at a tourist hotspot on the beach.
They're trying to make it impossible for people to feed the homeless. It's as simple as that.
This was the second time in a week Abbott's run into trouble. At a city park on Sunday, police shut down his food line altogether.
My life right now is in two people's hands. It's in the government hands. It's in my landlord's hands. The government, they told me to stop working, and they told me that they was going to fund me because I can no longer work.
2 years old and nowhere to live. That's what a Ladera Heights woman faces as she loses her home she's rented for years.
But the landlord says he has to take care of his family, and because of that, he has to evict her. She received an eviction notice.
In New Orleans, where service jobs have disappeared, paying rent has become impossible for many. Eviction moratoriums offer limited protections in this city, where weak renters' rights and a severe lack of affordable housing has created chaos, particularly for Black women.
I was dealing with the pandemic, a bad landlord, no air conditioning, and traveling around with a 3-month-old.
New Orleans had a high rate of eviction before COVID-19, but is now suffering a kind of displacement not seen since Hurricane Katrina.
We live in a city where we know that 57% of everyone being evicted were Black women, were mothers, were sisters, they were aunts, they were grandmothers. People need access to homes in order to do what the government demands of them, which is stay home. You can't keep people safe if they don't have a home.
Meet Dilbert Holly.
And they're charging people for water that's poisoning them.
He's inside the mayor's office in Flint City Hall today, and he can't believe it. He just received a water bill for $1,700.
I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's not right. There's nothing, you know, and I don't know what to do or who to go to.
Meet Karen Childs.
Why should we have to pay for something we can't even use?
She says she can't drink the water and showering has caused skin problems. What do you think when you get that bill, that water bill?
I get upset. My blood pressure goes up. I get mad for the simple reason I'm paying you for something I can't even take a bath in, take a shower in.
We were born to break the doors down, fight until the end. It's something that's inside of us, it's how we've always been. Yeah. Warrior, changing tonight. We don't want to flirt with disaster. On your ass, we'll pounce like a panther. Cut the bullshit out with a dagger, with a dagger, with a dagger. Till we die, we all gonna stay young. Shoot the lights out like a machine gun. Think it's time for a revolution, revolution, revolution. We were born to break the doors down, fight until the end. Yeah, it's something that's inside of us. It's how we've always been.
Hey guys, today I decided to talk about something that I find really disgusting. We all know that capitalism is evil and how capitalism puts profits over human lives. Well, if it couldn't get any worse, you got capitalist pigs bullying homeless people. And in San Francisco, they are trying to use robots to deter homeless people from setting up camp. And in Hawaii, you got a lawmaker suggesting to use guns to chase out homeless people out of Hawaii. Like, I still don't understand how people can defend capitalism at this point and say it's the best we have, because it's not the best we have. The United States decided to spend money, on war instead of fixing their infrastructure, fixing homelessness, fixing the Flint water crisis. Like, I don't understand. Like, capitalism is just a cancer on the earth. Like, it's just evil. And what's also really disgusting about the robot situation is that a San Francisco animal welfare organization is using a private corporation's robots to hunt down homeless people. It's disgusting because they're just using animal imagery in their anti-humane bullshit. They're not humane at all. Like, I'm gonna say it again. The United States does not care about their own citizens, because they don't. If they truly did care about their own citizens, no one would be homeless. But there are homeless people, which proves the United States doesn't care about their own citizens. So people say that capitalism is efficient. Meanwhile, thousands of tons of products and food is being trashed every single day, and landlords are evicting people and throwing people out of their homes for no reason and stuff, and they're living off the backs of people who, you know, do hard work, because landlords don't do hard work. So yeah. So let's get into this. First I want to talk about landlords. I made a TikTok about this. I'm going to show the TikTok right here. Say it louder for the people in the damn back.
When the sky darkens and the prospect is war, who's given a gun and then pushed to the fore and expected to die for the land of our but
woken up in the middle of the night by a man with a gun. The victims say the man was their landlord trying to force the family with 3 small children out of the house.
Jesse Servin said around midnight his girlfriend and their 3 children were sound asleep when they heard someone breaking down the door.
That's when I heard a scream. So he forced himself in with the rifle and bulletproof vest and LED flashlight. So I couldn't see who it was until I heard his voice.
He says the voice
This is the next step.
Was his landlord, Alberto Trevino, who Servin said had showed up pointing a gun at his family, trying to evict them.
This is Kelly Goldfeder's routine every time she comes home.
So when I come in here, it's freezing cold. So as soon as I turn on my heater, I just move it.
It's now her 3rd winter in this Parkdale apartment without full central heating.
And how cold does it actually get when there's no heaters in the winter?
Sometimes you can really see your breath. It's so cold. It goes down to like 12 to 13 degrees in here, and I have to have like 4 of the portable units on at all times.
Goldfeder says the problem started in 2017 when her landlord took over the building and started renovations. She says central heating was shut off. Then he sent her an eviction notice claiming her unit needed repairs.
All the other new tenants in here pay double or triple the price that I'm paying in my rent. So yeah, I'm sure it'd be easiest to just move out for him. Like he's definitely freezing me out so I can leave.
So yeah, I do think that landlords are parasites because they live off the backs of the working class. They don't do anything. They just take advantage of you in the working class. They are the enemy of working classes. I do think Mal was right about the landlords. Like, landlords are such awful people, honestly. So yeah, so go check out my TikTok, and yeah.
Salvation Army bell ringers are standing post at several businesses.
How you doing today, ma'am? Thank you very much. This is my first year. Hello. Thank you, ma'am. You have a nice Christmas.
We've all seen them at one time or another. A Salvation Army person ringing a bell with a charity money bucket outside a capitalist store begging for donations. So on the page on the Salvation Army's website, it says what they're all about. It says on the Home About Us mission page, mission. The Salvation Army is an international movement, is a evangelical part of the Universal Christian Church. Its message is based on the Bible. Its ministry is motivated by the love of God. Its mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in His name without discrimination. Which is a lie. But anyway. First reason you should not support... These aren't no order, by the way, but this is just the way I wrote them, by the way. First reason you should not support the Salvation Army. Solidarity over charity. Like, I don't know about the Salvation Army, but I know for a fact that some of these charity CEOs make, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think there was a CEO of, like, a charity, and they made, like, $300,000. That's how much the CEO made. So I don't trust it. Just typical capitalism. Remember, solidarity always over charity. So, yeah. Number 2, they hire racist, pro-fascist Proud Boys. There's evidence on this. I'm going to show pictures and stuff. So, yeah. So if you are a communist or you are in the working class or whatever, do not support the Salvation Army. They knowingly hired a racist, Proud Boy, pro-fascist member. So yeah. Number 3, they allegedly treat the people who go to their shelters and treat homeless people like shit. Number 4, allegedly racially profiled people while there. Number 5, they are a religious charity. They believe in everything God says in the Bible. It says it on the website. God does not think that being gay is right. If you don't believe it, put a list of what God thinks is wrong right here. You know, and I don't care what they have to say. They say they follow God, and that's what God says. So yeah. Number 6, they colonize. They go on mission trips. Mission trips and spreading, like, you know, mission trips and stuff. The word of God, that's colonization. We don't support colonizers. Number 7, I think. Sorry, I'm getting confused about the order. Number 7, they are homophobic. They wouldn't let people in because they are trans or gay. There's evidence of this. Multiple places. Just look it up on YouTube or on Google or on Twitter. So yeah. So yeah, that's just a short video as to why you should not donate to Salvation Army, because they are horrible. Period. So yeah.